problem was no restraining order existed. She had also demanded my immediate arrest for criminal trespassing, and threatened to call the state police if local law enforcement didn't take action. She's created an official record now, the sheriff explained, his tone suggesting he was as frustrated as I was. I have to investigate this properly, even though I suspect she's wasting everyone's time. Ruby arrived at my house about 10 minutes after the sheriff, trailing 3 other HOA members like she was leading a delegation to the United Nations. She had prepared for this moment with the kind of thoroughness that would have been admirable if it weren't completely misguided. She carried a thick folder full of printed photographs, witness statements, and what looked like HOA bylaws highlighted in yellow marker. "Sheriff Bradley," she announced, "I have comprehensive evidence of this man's criminal behavior and harassment of our community." The evidence presentation was a masterclass in selective storytelling. Ruby had photographs of me walking toward the lake, sitting by the water, and even talking to Mrs. Nora in my own backyard. She had written statements from residents describing how my presence made them feel unsafe and threatened. She even had a timeline of events that made it sound like I was conducting some kind of surveillance operation, rather than trying to enjoy my morning coffee by the water. The sheer amount of effort she'd put into documenting my completely legal activities was almost impressive. Sheriff Bradley examined her evidence with the patient expression of someone who had seen plenty of neighbor disputes in his career. When she finished her presentation, he turned to me. "Mr. Clark, do you have any documentation regarding your property ownership?" I handed him the deed I'd retrieved from my grandfather's files. He looked it over carefully, comparing it to the survey map I'd included, then spent several minutes checking the legal description against what appeared to be county records on his phone. "Sinclair," Sheriff Bradley said finally, "this documentation appears to be legitimate. Mr. Clark owns this property according to county records." Ruby's face went through several interesting color changes. "That's impossible. Those documents have to be forged. Anyone can fake paperwork." The sheriff shook his head. "Ma'am, I verified these through the county database. They're genuine. Now you can watch the fourth part by pressing share and more.